transition three.
Not able to connect. Eric struck the rebound. Here come the Cougs. Calme's trying to push the pace. Behind the back, kicks it out. Coward lines up an open triple and got it. Just like that, the Cougs back in front as Cedric Coward, Watts. Back to Coward, 3 on the way, and that one's good too.
And we talked about Eastern Washington.
He hit 4 of 6 threes against Northern Colorado. That came after he missed 13 straight. Steal. Coward drives, lays it in on the other end. 6-point lead for the Cougars, biggest of the game.
And Cedric Coward's been putting the pressure on the rim, just hasn't got him to go, but Marquardt does a good job of cleaning that up.
Bucket to stop the run. Coward trying to answer right back. He does. Cedric Coward for the 3rd time connects from downtown. 2024 edition. Washington State leading Eastern Washington 24-20. Pass into the corner. Coward, mid-range floater. That one's no good. Offensive board, kick out. Calme, second chance 3.
Three-pointers are giving up offensive rebounds out of the zone.
Nearly a giveaway. Lawan Watts able to save it, but Andrew Kirk was lurking. Mid-range jumper on the way from Coward is good. He's up to 13 points. Over to Watts. Okafor. Now Cedric Coward. Triple. That one's no good. Feels like the first time in forever the Cougs have shot clock is off. Eric struck. Over to Coward. Cedric Coward from 3. No good. Offensive rebound, no. Here come the Eags. A change. First foul on Zuba. See Eastern Washington with the pressure. Cougs able to break it pretty easily. And now here's Cedric Coward. Partially blocked, and now it'll go out of bounds, and it'll be Eastern Washington. Parker Garrett's coming up the floor for Washington State. Swing pass all the way to Calme's. He'll drive baseline, goes up and under, and the tip in won't go for Cedric Coward. And now bodies on the floor. Picks up his dribble near the baseline and a turnover. Speaking of Watts, there he comes away with a steal. Other end, this is Isaiah Watts. Drops it off to Coward with the left-hand slam.
And Cedric
Powell to turn Calme's away. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Pass to Coward, able to haul that in, now less than 5. Coward, mid-range, baseline jumper is good.
Just the smoothness of the...
Going to see a lot go up tonight.
Yeah, Washington State 29 per game, 32 for Northern Colorado. Another one can't convert, and another chance for the Cougars as Coward, second opportunity, again can't drop it down, and offensive rebound so far for Washington State. Under 10 on the timer. Coward, the mid-range J.
I'll tell you, this kid will be an NBA draft.
You're telling me.
He had 1 game in 4 years that he scored 20. Strong move.
Just so physical down low. Price. Back to Coward. Price getting
Thomas, of course, the great Jamal crossover, Jay crossover.
Totally. There's so much talent coming out of that city. Coward can't knock it down. Price, the offensive board.
His dad, John, was an outstanding player for the Zags, now coaching in the Australian League.
Coward.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, stop and pop there.
Yep. He can post you, he can hit that mid-range, and he can definitely...
Reynolds leaves it short. Yeah, Zach Block coming into this one, averaging 13 points per game, 52% from downtown. Coward slashing, doing what he does best, taking inside and using his physicality.
I like that. I like that.
Otherwise,
I think one of these games early in the year, he had 4 points, and the team won easily.
Well, yeah, it just shows the versatility of this team. When you talk about versatility for Cedric Coward, just able to spin his way down low to the cup. Coward trying to get past Block. Now trying to use his body. Just being a bully with the fall away.
This is a bright sign for
Cowdy. That spins out. Coward again pushing with the wheels and a wild shot. Cedric Coward said this is the closest team that he believes he's ever been with, and obviously playing with a trio of former teammates definitely helps as Coward rattles in the 3, but overall those 4 guys meshing.
Man, I'd love to see you more aggressive offensively, and there's no question he's done that tonight.
I think he heard you.
Yeah.
As he unloads for 3 again, puts it in.
Yep.
Cedric Coward making it rain on the Palouse. Try about letting it fly from deep, no question. Back to Eric Strupp again. To Coward off the nice feed.
He's so strong. By the way, I did Klay Thompson's final comp.
Coward brings it up. Looking to power his way down low again. Oh, the spin. Maneuvers to the cup. Cedric Coward.
Yeah, there's nothing Steve Watts again, so they're coming with the double. Watts, good passer. Look at that
pass.
Yep.
Extra pass. Coward for three. Well, that one halfway down, but Isaiah Watts climbing the ladder to get the board. He'll fire for deep.
A little thirsty in the final 3 minutes.
Which led to a couple turnovers in those final couple minutes.
No doubt.
Coward on the drive. Takes it right in.
I'm glad I got a chance to see him tonight.
Shake and bake. Coward turns the corner, stops on a dime.
That's a pro move. That's a pro move right there, Ben.
Into the corner. And the rebound for Freeman. But an errant pass tipped.
And then they want to put their body into him if they do get it.
There's Calmes backed out to Okafor. 10 to shoot for Coward's three. Dives on the back iron, and Freeman back on the floor to get the rebound. Here's Coward.
The ball's just sticking now. They've got to get it swinging. Those one-on-one plays, those are tough to handle. That's just not how they play. They want to go side to side, touch. Not many things that Dane can't do on a basketball court.
It's going to be a fun battle tonight. Watts trying to muscle his way to the rim. Can't get that one to go. Coward shot tipped away. It was Koch again, I believe, who got that one. Fell well to the Calmes. Coward finding room on the baseline. May have gotten away with a little bit of a hook as he went around Bryce Sanford. Just hard dive tonight. Coward for three. Tough shot. Really tough shot. Long rebound, though. Ends up with Okafor, and he's fouled by Dix. Slides. Good defense by Sanford. Wow.
He's so much stronger.
Spins again. And this time, Coward able to get it off the window to tie it at 56. Thelwell on the push. Quickly, end-to-end. Euro step. Price. Out to Coward. That three will fall. First three in the second half for Washington State. They desperately need points here. Coward steps left for three. In and out. The tip won't go. Rebound Sanford. A foul with 34. Here's Coward for three. Rebound! Off the back iron. Sanford with the rebound. And a foul.
Calmes stopped up into the post. Cedric Coward. Can he get a bucket for WSU? From the baseline, timer was low. Idaho, another good defensive possession.
And Idaho wanted to step up for the Cougs, making everything tough. But offensive rebounds have been a problem for Wazoo early in the season. They cannot allow Idaho to get more chances.
Cedric Coward off on the three. Washington State starting Russ tight on Eric Stroke. Price bouncing Coward. Lots of time in the gym for those two to work on that move.
Another transfer out of La Tech to this Portland State squad. Backdoor cut. Coward. Strong take to the cup.
Beautiful pass.
And Coward. Give and go back to Coward on the kickoff. Kick out. Coward will try again from distance over Johnson. And the three ball just not falling so far for Washington.
Themselves composed and right back in this ball game.
Coward set back by Minot. Second chance, Price going up against the big man. Down.
That's a great start.
Left open, Cedric Coward. He can knock it down from deep. Can't get that one to drop as Keon Myers. Lawan Watts. And he can't lay it in. Coward battling for the offensive board and goes right back up.
Eight quiet points from Habib.
Coward off the pump. Mid-range shot.
This little head fake, little old. How about a year ago, Curtis was 1 of 9 from 3.
Coward trying to answer, sticks it.
Shootouts breaking out.
Inside, Can't spin it home. Coward stops. Quick pop on the three, and Cedric Coward now getting hot from three-point land. Meanwhile on the hardwood, Cedric Coward on the block.
I think that's been really impressive about Coward when he's been down low.
Price immediately off the inbound, swings it out. Coward for three. And Isaiah Watts. Eric Struck back to Coward. 6 on the timer. Off the fake, contested three ball rattles in. Cedric Coward.
Very entertaining games in the first round of the conference tournament yesterday.
Price on the post up against Maywin. Throws it out. Coward in rhythm for three. It's long. The rebound comes down to
such a good coach and such a good person. You knew he's been successful everywhere he's been, and this is going to be no exception.
Out of the corner, Cedric Coward. First team all conference EO. This offense loves to find shooters, loves to find the next best play. Coward rises and fires for three, and a loose ball foul. It's going to be Hyman lobs for Coward. Drop step, two-step, and it's a three-point game.
You just knew what was going to happen. They had to go a long way in trying to figure out what the Hornets or what the Eagles are all about it on defense if you can just shoot it in.
Coward can post up nicely and does so on this play. 38 two teams. That is his 9th made three-pointer. He's 9 of 13 in the series. Kyman to get the lead back. Short.
Three-point shot is after an offensive rebound when the defense is not matched up.
Magnuson ahead of steam. Coward open in the corner. None with the board. Rather cool.
That's the best look Patterson has had at a three in 2 nights, and everyone kind of got focused on Holt with the ball and left Patterson alone.
Oh, great lay-in by Coward, but great work by Magnuson again.
Statement could ruin the coach's life there. Turnovers with no... But possession, when you don't even get a shot, I don't know if it'll ruin it, but it won't make it any better.
Cedric Coward, he'll try it again. 0 for 2 on that possession. And
really need, in my mind, Z Hamoda to step up offensively and make some shots.
Price, short, Coward, fouled, and one. What a fantastic play.
Patterson down there doing their one-on-one dance, so to speak, that they've been doing all night.
Price goes for Coward. He's been great all night. Another 2 for him. He has 20. And a quick timeout. Short on the 3. Magnuson the rebound. Back to Price. Here's Jones. To Coward. Straight on 3. No. Rebound. Beatty. And Beatty's foul. Running out of time. Desperation time. Coward goes out to Kyman. That's off the mark. Rebound. Coward back up and in. It's still a 2-possession game.
Now they've got
defender for the Hornets. He's a freshman. So the Hornets get on the board first and lead 3-0. Little face-up shot is up and good, and that's Coward with the basket. Sacramento State lead. The Hornets had an 11-game losing streak, but now have won 2 in a row, including an amazing and impressive defensive performance against Portland State. Between Scuta and Coward. Coward against Scuta. Let's see how this matchup goes here. Little flip shot, bounces around and off, and the rebound by Maywin. Another rebound. Pass, that was nice, reverse pivot. Lean and floater, teardrop, good by Cedric Coward. From a 7-point lead for Sacramento State, matching their highest of the game. Entry and a quick jump shot. Oh, nice rattling in for Coward. He's got a great shooting touch. Black in the second half. And we're starting over with 20 minutes to go. Little drive, and it's always a dish from the #1 assist guy, Ellis Magnus. Wasn't doing anything. Here's the shot by Hamoda, no good. I have nothing to do with it. Lead pass out to the right. Another 3-ball on the way. Oh, that one's good. Great rhythm. Line drive, no good. Eagles get the rebound. Jones with the rebound. Takes it all the way. And an easy layup by Coward. Let's have 5 players in double figures. It's the best Hornet performance offensively of the year because they're playing against a champion team. Coward scores right away back for the E-Coward. Coward against Tomoda. Back outside. And now fade away. No good. Skips off. Battle for the rebound. Holt gets it to Tomoda.
Looking for their first couple of points. Even Price can't find a way to penetrate. Trying to get back, but is this part of what you can do if you're Coach Riley, knowing you've already got this championship in hand? You can maybe give some more experience to bench guys as Cedric Coward hits the 3.
Yeah, you can give.
Almost traveled there. I think Eric Strupp thought he might have. Eastern will keep a hold on it. Cedric Coward forced that one up just a little bit. Eagles all out of position. 83. And nearly a big 3. Coward tied it up.
Great job by Coward, just sprinting back, and nobody.
He's got 2. Jake Kyman crossed up Robert Ford and got rid of it. Great pass from Casey to Coward.
That was a great play. Great job on Magnuson stealing the weak side.
To Jones. Loves contact. Trying to get his own board. Coward got it and finished.
Yeah, good job by Casey, just tipping it, trying to keep it alive. For Magnuson here, you got to look to shoot.
Good movement, Coward. The 3s are just not going. They're like 10%.
Whatsoever on that last 3.
Great pass from Kyman to Sed. Ring it up.
And that's what they're going to need. Good ball movement. Good job.
Lucky them.
Not the prettiest, but it went in, right?
What works. Sed in transition. Bang.
And that's great ball movement inside out for both teams.
Coward working on like a lap. Sed, the fade. Pretty.
And that's what he does. He's so long.
Back in the lead.
Yeah, Ericsson's going to have to stay in front of his guy there.
Coward wasting no time. Yes, and 1.
And that's what a leader does right there. Puts the team on his shoulders.
Coward. Bang.
And what a movement by Montana, just getting the open guy. Get a quick ball fake from Vasquez, and it goes right and scores.
And boy, did Eastern push back right away. It's knocked out of the hands of Cedric Coward.
They're going to have to contain him. And once you see a 1-3 going, the hoop just gets a little bit bigger.
Cedric Coward, beautiful. He's a 56% shooter, and Coward going one-on-one on Whitney. That's a size mismatch. Cedric wants it, and he gets it.
He does a great job on his turnaround.
Eastern, actually, they're what? The 14th tallest team in college hoops.
Yeah, and that's how Coach.
This Montana team has won 3 straight on the road. That is tough to do in the Big Sky. Cedric Coward, kind of forced that one in there, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good look. He left it a little.
Enjoyable. Magnuson doesn't love to shoot, and Montana knew it. Cedric Coward does, and it was off to the right. 5 minutes to go. Eastern just needs a good basket. Don't need to force it up. Don't need to rush it. Coward. Wrong angle. He usually makes that about 30 seconds and a half. Coward. What a cross-court pass from Jake Kyman. They get it back. No foul, and somehow Montana, no points. Coward. Oh, this is ugly. I think someone's going to want a timeout.
Yeah, a great.
Magnuson for Coward. Gave him the angle. Got it.
And that was a good job by Coward, just maintaining the steal. I mean, he just left it a little short there. Good look by Vasquez.
Montana 7 for 16 from downtown. Coward Loves those mid-range shots, and he gets the soft roll.
I mean,
gave it up. Cedric Coward all the way! Oh, it's 6-2 in a game.
that was good hustle by Coward.
Coward. Another jam for Cedric Coward.
Yeah, those are big free throws, especially down the stretch in the second half.
Oh, Magnuson for Coward. Oh, I thought he was going for a third big dunk.
Yeah, that was a smart move. Get the ball.
Game 5.5 minutes. That's plenty of time for a team as talented as Montana. What a pass into Cedric Coward. That's a specialty.
And that's what they're going to have to.
So Eastern might well lock up a share of the conference championship tonight. Likely they will not win it outright tonight. This thing was close for about, 36.5 out of 40 minutes? What a blast it has been. Coward rejected. Not that it matters. It'll be Eagle ball.
Eagle ball, and good job by Coward getting down.
Double team comes to Coward. Gonna have to double him. This is a good matchup for Cedric in the post. Count it, and the foul is gonna be on Zach Block. Yeah, he's a tough. Disappointing right now. Not at all. Both teams are very potent offensively. Coward catch, shoot threes off the mark, no good. Reynolds has it in transition, getting. Coward got a mismatch inside. And now he's gonna switch back to Reynolds. Coward deep three straight away, no off right. Thomas secures his second rebound. On the three. Jones tries to muscle his way in, nearly stolen. Magnuson at the free throw line. Dribble penetration to Coward off the window, took advantage of the size against Jaron Rilling. Travel on that one, coach.
And that young man is a professional as well. You got some high-level basketball players here.
Coward off the mark.
And that's a block by Thomas.
Fights him off for the rebound.
Let's see if they try to go inside the Price here. He's got a mismatch inside.
They find Coward outside the three-point line. Good.
And Coach Smiley kind of knew it.
Jones straight away. Hartman has it baseline. Back out Kyman. Three ball good again by Coward, and just like that, he won Big Sky Player of the Week for his games against Montana State. As Coward off the window took advantage of the mismatch on the switch.
He's a hard guard.
And right back into the hands of Coward. Kyman has it, shuttled underneath. Whose hands does it end up in? It ends up into Coward. Wide open three is good. That is just a bad break for the Bears. Shot wide open for three, too strong on that one. Coward high for the rebound for Eastern Washington. 5-point game, Coward feeling it. Front of the rim, no, and rebound to St. Thomas. Number 5.
Do that last year. Now he's putting on the deck to create and able to knock down that mid-range in the lane. That's
Coward
that paint touch.
Spins in the lane and scores. Tough shot there by Cedric Coward. 159. Eric Strupp, who you mentioned had a big game in the first matchup. Magnuson outside the three-point line. Hands to Coward. Rise, fire, and hit for Cedric Coward. He's got 20 for St. Thomas on Coward right now. Ducks the shoulder, goes up and scores. And it's a 6-0 run for Eastern Washington.
Are they going to go to Eric Strupp?
Kyman off the screen to Magnuson. Magnuson to Coward. Coward in the paint, rises, left it short. Maybe blocked shot by Thomas. His Reeves in transit.
Go around him and score the basketball. Didn't settle for the jump shot. That's a good decision by Riley.
Block on Coward. Coward's going to go right at him. Coward turn off the window, scores right back. 24 now for Cedric Coward.
Block is a good hit, but the Bears in good shape. They get some stops.
Coward trying to back down, really gets in the paint. Over Thomas is good. And Coward has matched his career high with 26.
Nothing about fouling.
6-point lead. Reeves on Coward. Coward just backing him down. Spins baseline and scores. Too easy. New career high for Cedric Coward. 20. Where they trap. You got a foul if you're Northern Colorado. Jones is ahead of the pack. Now they throw to Coward, and Coward emphatically dunks it home for a 30-piece, the first of his career.
Ankle. As we got another inbound and another turnover, and here come the Eagles.
Down low, nice hesitation move in the paint for Cedric Coward. Layup good. Eagles on the board at the 17-17.
First assist of the game, but Basham making all the right reads when the double team comes. He's not panicking, keeping his eyes up.
Coward, turnaround, drops one in from outside the left block on a little fadeaway mid between these two rivals in the Big Sky Conference. We're tied at 17 at the 10-17 mark. High-low, Coward catch, layup good.
And again, Northern Arizona fronting that post. The pass, not the best.
Lumberjacks now showing a zone here in the half court. Skip over to Coward, catch, shoot, three-shot. High off the rim, no good. Rebound, Carson Basham. For NAU, and in comes Diego Camposano. Jones in the line. Free throw no good. Oh, rebounded by Coward in traffic, but he couldn't finish.
Basham
looking underneath, can't find Price. Now they find him on the arc over the Magnuson. There's the lob in, catch the Coward for an easy layup. Magnuson, an elite passer. And it is waved to go cut to the basket. Over to Hartman, back to Jones. Jones will take a three. Oh, nice move by Cedric Coward on the left block to finish with the layup.
And he was called rebounds in the first half.
Hey, we're tied at 32 with $1:25 to go. Coward working around the ball screen. Pull up from the baseline. No. Rebound by Diego Camposano. 115 stops in the lane. Pump fakes. Doesn't want to throw it out. He throws it back out to Jones. 5 to shoot. Around the Coward. Deep three shot. No good.
And Magnus is not even looking at the rim.
Off the glass, too strong, no good. Magnuson doesn't look to score. That's been his MO throughout his career. Nice lob, catch the Coward with the finish. That's what he looks to do. That's where Magnuson is just. CJ Ford, Diego Camposano in for the Lumberjacks. We've played 4 minutes. We're tied at 39. Coward, three-shot, a little short, and a foul on the loose ball going to be called underneath.
Jersey's going for the block, can't get it. Great one-handed punch from Basham.
Coward, three-shot, short. Chasing down the loose ball is Liam Lloyd. Watch out, that ball. Out to Jones. And Magnuson, 10 to shoot. Here's Coward, deep three-shot. Off the rim, no good. Carson Basham not going to be denied the rebound even by. Oh, this is fun. Around out to Coward, three-shot. Off the iron, no good. Look at Price sweeping in for the offensive rebound.
That's with a 1-point win at Idaho on Thursday. They had to come from 7 down in the last 90 seconds of the game as Cedric Coward picks up where he left off the last 9 in this game. And you see they're not guarding Magnuson. This Coward has it, drives baseline, pulls up, hits it. Just his second shot of the game. Has not missed here in the second half.
Yeah, just a back screen off the ball, and Easton didn't communicate.
Coward hits the three-pointer. That time Magnuson against Watts. Stolen by Coward. Got another chance at it. Lost the ball. Coward. Here come the Eagles. Coward for three. Got it! And he's fouled! Coward against Chu down the lane. Good defense by Chu. Not afraid with those 4 fouls to cut him off. Coward takes the three. Left it short. Jones down the lane against Casey Jones. Missed the shot. Coward with it. Here come the Eagles. Magnuson, Coward elevates for a three. No. Kohler with a.
From distance with the shot clock at 2. Off the mark, here come the Eagles as we take a look at the Eagles starting lineups. Ethan Price gets it into Griffin, doesn't put enough on it. Here come the Eagles. Feed into Coward, a lay-in as the Eagles take the lead.
Yeah, great job by Coward.
Magnuson, just the amount of movement. Magnuson, Coward, fade away, got it.
And that was a tough shot again. Magnuson punching it in.
Hand in there, but Parker gets his own putback.
Yeah, making a 3-point game. Good move by Parker there. And you got Coward just putting his head down, getting to the hoop.
Tomley
Yeah, 5-0 run to start this second half for the Bengals. They're coming out ready to play.
Tomley's first bucket of this game. Coward gets his own putback as the Eagles take over. Coward finds some space, can't convince it to go in. Huey is there.
Especially down the stretch. 5-minute game, 3 points.
Coward twisting, turning, can't convince it to go in. Jones, second chance efforts, bucket and one. Price chucks it down, dragged down by Coward. Drains it in for 2.
He's able to be a great rebounding possession.
Well, there you see Ellis Magnuson. We'll tell you a little bit more about him coming up as this inbound pass is to Cedric Coward who scored. Magnuson, with this game, has now set the East. Coward, any kind of entry pass. I mean, you look at minutes there, just working hard. Magnuson spins, gets it into Coward anyway, and Cedric scores. That is a savvy move by the Eastern point guard to just find some move, just can't finish. Beautiful move by Neal to get open there. Just couldn't quite get it to the bottom of the well. Coward for 3. No good. Saved. Great effort. Gadget arms. Yes. I mean, 6'6", and he's got a wingspan of a guy who looks like he's 6'10".
Oh, yeah.
Ced picks up his dribble. Oh, nice spin move. Just some beautiful isolate. Navigates his way to the corner. Now here's Neal. Stripped, and Coward going the other way. Cedric Coward in traffic. Oh, what a block by Neal, getting back on defense.
Yeah, good hustle by
it. Rebound for Casey Jones. Eastern coming the other way. He'll put on the brakes. Magnuson over to Kyman. Coward for 3. A little short. Rose the rebound. Still just a 6.
Great job by Rose releasing that screen early and able to get a wide open layup.
Inside, Coward battling and one. Magnuson controlling things now. Coward looked at a 3, pump fake. Cedric Coward. Oh, he nearly brought the house down. And now
great shot by Neal there. Just took advantage of his speed on Eric Strip.
For Neal, he's got 9 points already. Coward in the traffic, able to score.
That was there by Rose. And a great setup by Minnis.
1 point game. Coward left alone inside as EJ Neal stumbled. So Coward scores.
Harvey's 3 off the rim, no good. And the rebound hauled down by the beguiled Casey Jones. Quick 3 in the air from Coward doesn't drop. Isaiah Johnson with, in fact, he had his career game against Pacific last season, a 30-point game against the Boxers. Coward 3 is off, right over the top of Allen. And
Watson defensively.
Hartman posting up hard in there by Sanderfield. A 3 from Coward is on target. With 2 fouls. Takes the skip pass into the right corner. He'll rarely shoot it. Averaging 4 assists per game. Cedric Coward not shy to shoot it. Open for 3. He knocks in his second triple to score over 22 points a game. Have a combined 2 in this one. Coward from 3. Mercy.
Like I said, if he starts.
Cedric Coward shooting 40% from 3. Harvey can't score in close. Back come the Eagles on the run. Coward again for 3. Oh my goodness. Of his 6 points in the second half. Jones alone from 3. Crashes into Harvey. Lost the ball. Picked up by Coward. He lays it in. Count the basket. Foul on Portland State. Before you start to tune out Portland State, you don't have to go back too far. A 15-point comeback with 4.5 minutes left. A little over a week ago against Montana State. Well, another try. And another 2 points. And the lead is back to 20.
Cedric Coward having a huge second half here.
It's all around from this Eastern Washington Eagles team. And if you're David Riley, the 3 no good by Coward. And out of bounds. Couple of chances for a steal for Portland State. They can't come up with a basketball.
Yeah, I'll tell you, besides the fact that Eastern
Weber State and Mick Durham of Montana State. Closing in on second place is his Grizzlies lead by 4. Cedric Coward with a baseline pull-up, and it will go in. He scores over Jordan Williams. Cedric, Eastern Washington's three-point attempts, they lead the league with 9 made threes per game, and they shoot 37% from the floor. Here's Coward stepping out. His three, a little bit strong. Rebounded by Jackson Knapp. 75th career block. Jones to Price into the front court. Cedric Coward re-enters the game. Close to a double-double for him on Thursday, and another bucket here. And Josh Vasquez has the answer on the three. His first shot attempt of the game as Vasquez was completely taken out of the contest with foul trouble. But Eastern Washington up ahead to Cedric Coward and 9-0 run. And there's Cedric Coward with the bucket. The run will continue on to his left. And an easy score. Thomas up to 16. 53-47. Thomas in a groove. Coward looks to answer, and he does in a matter of 5 seconds. Attack, throws it up off the window, and Lao Lu will score. 59-51. Coward gets the bucket and a foul. That has been nearly autumn. Kickoff, 20 more seconds on the clock. Coward guarded by Vasquez. There's his money spot. Couldn't get it to fall in this time as Deshaun Thomas has his 8th rebound and the foul on the rebound. Eric Strip dribbled it off his foot. They saved the possession. Down to 9 to shoot. Price back to Coward. Between the circles, Coward will line up a 3. Leaves it short. Offensive rebound from Jones. Foul on Montana.
A little too much battling down low. Jones kicks fine. Nice look. Coward wide open 3. Can't go.
That's where the cat takes it all the way to the hole.
Bobcats on a 6-0 run. Coward will say, I'll try to put an end to that. Garone says, no, you won't. Not his night so far.
I like to see Garacki attack more. Not hitting from the outside now, 0 for 5.
Coward straightaway 3. That one rattles in and out, no good. Rebounded by Price. To Magnuson, down low to Coward. The night, back to an 11-point lead, biggest of the night for the Bobcats.
What a hit by Tyler Patterson. That's just what he's done for years for this team.
Coward
Great answer.
Answers with a big 3. Drives in, kicks it out. Garacki gets his 3 blocked. Now it's tipped away. Picked up by Coward. Ford makes him cut it inside, but he's not going to miss it from that distance. And it's bound. Eastern really picking up the pace now. On offense, straightaway 3. Coward. That one's off the mark. Picked up by Walker over in Cheney. So congratulations to Montana State Bobcat women's team. Eastern Washington, very tough team, both men's and women's. As Coward banks it up and in. It's an 8-point game.
To do if they try to get the mismatch inside or go right inside to Price.
Price gives it to Coward. Pulls up from the free throw line, off the mark. And coming down with the board is Besham, slow to get up. Usually they're ace in the hole, and they doubled him knowing exactly where they would go.
Yeah, he started off hot right away and ball right inside of Coward. Eastern likes to do that. Coach Riley likes to find his arms, but he's just so long and so athletic. And he brings so many different things to Eastern.
So impressive play as Coward finished what he started off the glass. Jackson back and forth we go as Watts. Coward, 3, got it.
And that's a big shot. Coward just
trash him. Intercepted by Jones. Eric Strupp for 3. Short. Coward with the putback off the back iron, no good.
Yeah.
Turner with the shot clock at 1, and he knocks down the 3.
And that's a big shot right there for NAU, but they also give up a fast break layup. But a big shot by Ford, able to knock down that 3-point shot. We talked about NAU a little more aggressive to end this game.
Coward dishes to Magnuson, back to Coward for 3, and he tickles the twine. Coward now.
Good looking shot, so he's not able to finish it.
Coward. Coward for 3. Off the back iron, right into the hands of Price.
McLaughlin just can't knock it down.
Coward, 3. Rolled around and out, but Eric Strupp goes out to Watts. Corner, Coward, 3, got it.
And that was all the way.
Well, not only, Mark, are these the two best teams in the Big Sky at the moment, they are also statistically, as Cedric Coward misses his first shot of the night, they're the two best shooters, so all of a sudden we've got a game here.
Now, if you're Eastern, you want to continue to get the ball inside if you can. Good shot by Coward there.
Just about tied that game up. It was pretty.
Talk on defense.
Nearly got it back. Coward the rebound. There was physicality, no foul, and gets the 2. Nice follow.
Yeah, and that's what Coward does.
In the second half, way hotter than they were to start the game in the first 4 minutes of the first. Cedric has 3 fouls. Doesn't get whistled on offense despite a challenging play. Back to a 5-point game. Next dead ball takes us down into another timeout. Eastern would like to get it to 7 or 8. No. Watt swats that one away. Eastern's just been dependable, steady Eddie on offense the last few minutes. Coward can't get it back. He has not done that much on offense.
Spin and a good steal by Hughes that gave him a wide open layup.
8 points. Coward, big time for his first 3. Eagles get it right back. 2-point game, 3 minutes left. Watts on St. Thomas. Coward. And Watts another huge rebound.
Huey got the space to go in and just confidently puts it off the glass. Bengals have made their last 3 buckets. Here's Coward from close range. Able to. Bergen wide open for 3 is blocked. Great close out there by Cedric Coward. And he goes up the other way and gets the and one. What an individual effort by Cedric Coward. Shot clock. Magnuson to inbound it in front of his own bench. Gets it to Coward, gets it off and drains it. Cedric Coward.
Cedric Coward just had some fabulous moments in the early part of this season. Launches for 3 and hits it. Cedric Coward, 63% from 3 during conference.
Those guys to get on the same page and shoot it in at the same time.
Coward with a post up. Shoots the midi and hits. Cedric Coward had a career-high 4 blocks.
His bread is buttered. Louis Jordan gets in. He toes that 3-point line. He's a great pick-and-pop guy and just played outstanding defense for the young sophomore from England. More and more, I'm not sure he would have even attempted that shot a month ago. A little mismatch in the post now. They've got a small guy on Price. And again, Weber State really had a straight ISO for Casey Jones in a point. And look out below. Here comes Cedric Coward.
Cedric Coward makes it a 37-27 game.
He led the league last year in turnovers, and he has done just that. He needed to improve his 3-point shooting to be a prospect at the next level, and he has done just that. Wildcats
message to your team at half, and he said, look, we're down by 8 points. We need to guard these guys. And then he said, we need to get offensive rebounds. They started the first half with 0. Said if we do that, we have a good chance at winning.
To get better and do all the little things. 6 straight games of multiple offensive rebounds coming off his career high. Dylan Jones has got to put up a little bit better 5-point line to start the half. And Weber State 1 of 4 from the 3-point line. So they're trying to trade threes for close 2s.
Coward gives Eastern Washington the lead.
They can't buy one from the 3-point line right now.
Watts, who somehow barely missed that last one, throws it across the river for Coward. He misses the 3. Price keeps the possession alive.
And he just has kind of abandoned that move this year, maybe because he's been so well scouted.
Coward over Vartiainen. And Coward now has 20 points and 7.
Check back into the game.
They want Coward on the block against Dylan Jones. Coward, the spin, the fade. Beautiful touch. 71-69 Eastern Washington. Tonight, between two of the heavyweights in the Big Sky Conference. Cedric Coward, he's been amazing tonight. Goes with the left and has 24 points and has given the Eastern Washington
in the last 4 games shooting a ridiculous percentage from 3 as Coward will miss the long 2. Price with a rebound there. 51.5% from 3. In fact, they're 10th nationally at 3-point shooting as Coward on the second chance. In the way, left it short that time was Medicine. Here comes Magnuson looking to push the pace. Inside to Coward, off window, can't finish. Tip, couldn't grab it. Trayvon Blassington. Price with defense here by Idaho. They'll back it down. Coward spins away from the double team. Can't finish it there. And here come the Vandals.
Do that sooner than later.
Watts back into the game for Eastern Washington. Erikstrup throws it over the top to Coward inside, and he'll score it. And that's going to be a problem. Non-shooting foul here. 16 fouls on Idaho, just 7 on Eastern, so they're in the bonus. Coward, more great defense on Coward, making the shots tough. Ball on the way, Blassingame, no, and that's Kyman with a rebound. Alley-oop to Coward down below with a left hand, score it, and the foul. 20.
10 on each side.
Yeah. Williams, great pass inside to Coward, who lays it up and in.
And that's what Tip can get the ball at any time.
Coward against Anchor. Anchor doing all he can. Coward turns. That's impossible to stop right there. .57 and a little bit change. Coward 3, no. Price tip. Coward got it. Ethan Price. Cedric Coward backs it down. That's what he can do.
Yeah, great post up. You can see Coach Riley wanting to get it right inside.
Senior out of Jamestown, North Dakota, the leading scorer on this team at 13.1 a game. Coward. And that's what Bowden Scunberg can do, is knock down that triple.
Yeah, good catch and shoot there in the corner.
Coward for 3, back the other way. Tip, Hartman, foul, Hartman.
He has those go-go gadget arms. He just gets them up there, and it looks impressive.
Price to Watts. Coward, straightaway 3, no. Left it well short. Magnuson tip, but Cheney, the year Eastern won the national title in 2010. So much longer history between the Bison and the Eagle in football than in basketball. But we got a good one going here as Coward can't get, but Jones gets the offensive.
Shoot, catch and shoot right there, deep one. Shot clock winding down, and he's keeping North Dakota State in it.
Coward got it, got in too deep on the defense and knocks it down. It's it to go, he's hit back-to-back shots.
Yeah, both posts are going at each other.
Coward hesitates to the rim and scores it. He has been a matchup nightmare for no. Couldn't get it to go. Watts is there. Snatches it away from 2 teammates. Magnuson. Coward 3-ball. Missed it. Great rebound that time by Watts. Feddersen took it to the window and Coward knocks it down. Kyman for 3. No. Coward with an offensive rebound. And he's fouled. Cedric Coward. Content to stand out there. Spins away. Try to get it inside to Jones. Loose ball, they find Coward, and he buries the 3-point shot. What a big one.
That's the key. Keep the post moves simple. When he gets to being a little bit more complicated, that's when he's more prone to turning it over. That was a good post move that time.
Cedric Coward, maybe the most talented player on this. South Dakota leads at 8-5.
Well, most importantly, USC getting some good paint touches early in this game, and they're off to a better start than they have been.
Nice find. That's what Magnuson will do for you. He will distribute any of this first half.
USD goes to the zone after the made free throw. They've got to do a better job guarding the paint here because the last few minutes, Eastern Washington's had their way. Getting Chun back in there helped.
That foul for Stewart was his first. 15 foul for South Dakota here in the half.
Coward catch and shoot for three, and that ends a bit of a dry spell from outside for Eastern. Coward shakes off Holtz, hesitation dribbled, and a nice left-handed finish from Coward inside. Under 3.5 to play first half.
Watch Eastern Washington offensively. They always give at least a ball reversal before they take a shot. And there, Howard showing off even more versatility.
A couple of them from outside as well. But Eric Strupp, like Coward, another one of those guys, Brad, that did not start at the Division I level. He was at Cal Poly Pomona before making. That kind of shows you a little bit about the kind of half Eastern Washington had.
Yeah, but when you look at that number for a lot of his teammates, it was even worse. And yeah, like you said, no one's going to be in the positive right now.
That's been okay because other guys have stepped up. He had some foul trouble in the first half. Magnuson finds Coward, left it short. Jones in there battling again, trying to grab it up. Coward, triple.
A couple dagger threes by Eastern Washington on their last three.
Big Sky, and then, of course, we talked about earlier, losing in the quarterfinals of the Big Sky tournament. They were picked third in the conference this year. As Coward, a late three there.
Pac-12 play, but Washington going to Colorado and Utah to kick it off.
I mean, that Gonzaga game at times, it felt like he single-handedly willed the team to the win.
Well, that reverse dunk he had, then sliding on the floor.
Reverse, no. Couple of hard crashes by Wood and Breidenbach. It's out off of one of them.
Yeah, that was a tough shot attempt that time. Corin Johnson tried to go for the reverse on the other side.
2 for 1 didn't totally work there because Washington gets a miss, then the and one for Eastern Washington, and they could pretty much run it down on this possession, the Huskies.
Yeah, I think they will. Look like Xavier Wheeler's going to
bargain for coming in, but Eastern Washington, one of the best teams in the Big Sky in recent years, giving the Huskies trouble. Paul Mulcahy, bad break there just with his third, then all of a sudden gets offense, defense, but Seattle U was only 14 for 25 in a game they lost by 1 in double overtime against the Huskies a game ago.
I'm surprised it is close with Cedric Coward.
Game winning streak that started right around this area of the calendar. They won their first 16 conference games before losing their final 3, including the quarterfinal round of the conference tournament. That's 2 turnovers led to 37 points off of those turnovers. They were shooting better than 50% from the field at halftime, but they were down by 20.
That was a clear out there.
Riley.
Yeah, Eastern Washington runs a little false motion, but they throw that ball in to this block, this side. Fortunate no foul there on the Mustangs.
This ball taken by Cedric Coward, and he'll go coast to coast for 2.
Yeah, you got to meet Coward earlier than around the rim. Even Price, as bouncy as he is, could not contest that. Last offensive
corner, another takeaway for Eastern Washington.
His fourth, Quentin Jones, the turnover that is. They get it back here on the defensive end with a swipe. The freshman, retaliation.
On their first make from distance, they'd missed their first 5. Coward underneath, missed it. Defended well by Jones, gets it back. Watts straight away 3, it's good.
Did not make the correct read.
17 Cal Poly turnovers tonight, and perhaps none as costly as that. Coward beats Hyder to the rim. Price with another rejection.
Pulls it down, and we are off and running tonight here in Cheney. With Jake Kyman working out top. Cedric Coward can't get that first one down. And it's ripped away by Tristan Armis. Here's a game that is against a not even NAIA team. This is a school that's not in a smaller Bible conference than NAIA is. Cedric Coward gets it to go down. Mark, from a scheduling perspective,
they haven't had too many this year, so only their second game here at home. So as far as
Coward,
the difference is just athletic ability and just players. And then as far as teams, and they started playing really well down the stretch with that win against Air Force. So they've been hitting on all cylinders the last couple games.
We'll talk about that in a second. And there's Cedric Coward after the
shirt freshman, getting more minutes every game.
And not only great since the last time the Eagles have been at home, as it's up court to Coward for a big two. I mean, the one unlucky that time. I liked the move.
Yeah, that was a good spin move. I'm not sure if you try to kiss it off the glass, but it almost went in off the glass. And that's a good post up by Cedric, just getting down low.
Shot from Jimmy Proctor.
That's a second three-pointer. He can shoot.
Coward, bang. 15 points. One only because Trevor Vermillion didn't go up and try to get fouled. That was generous of him. Coward gets that one. Would you like to see Ellis Magnuson? Don't remind people here in Spokane about that. Price, no. And Coward, good job with the take, and one more.
That was good hustle right there by Coward. I mean, a great start for Portland State. One of those teams that, historically has not been too high on the Big Sky for basketball, but they're playing incredibly well right now. And
do whatever you want.
Well, he's one player that he's played against those teams.
Oh yeah, he started for 2 years at UCLA.
Yeah, so he's used to that.
Use this time just to be able to heal, get ourselves together, and also to be able to play good defense. As Coward has the steal, bumps off Ethan Taylor, and it's going to be a goaltend. That's jumping up with Bo Becker. Very well. You talk a lot about Jay Kyman. Coward is another guy, too, leading the team in scoring with 12 points. He's going to be open. He'll take the three, knocks it home. Right on cue. A 7-0 run by East. Price. Coward with it on the high right side. Kyman thought about it. Swings it. Coward. Can he hit another one? Not this time. A little bit too strong. Rebound into the hands of Keelan Boylan, being Walla Walla University.
But they've had a really tough non-conference. Games like USC, Utah, Ole Miss, Cincinnati, Stanford, Washington State. They've played some heavy hitters.
And look at Rita's Petrina scored
this season. One of the veteran players.
The fifth three-pointer hit by Air Force in the second half. Coward couldn't respond, and the rebound goes to the hands of Mills, and he'll.
By David Riley. Air Force getting really comfortable offensively, just throwing out a different look.
Oh, nice block there. Rita's Petrina skying high and getting that block.
Spiked it.
Feeling it to start this one. Al Smith's not going to know what to talk about at the timeout. In one sense, he's not happy with this many shots from outside, but they're going in.
I was going to say, we harped on it a second ago, how big this is.
And I thought thered be a lot less offensive fouls called and a lot more blocking calls.
Coward looking to get going, knocks it down.
Good pressure again.
Skip past Coward for three over Yakimowski.
Well, you have to be impressed. Good percentage. When he shoots it the way he's shooting it tonight, I mean, he goes to a whole different level as a player.
Coward trying to answer from deep on the other end. And by the way, a new career high for Miles Rice.
I think Ethan Price is thinking just that, as is Kyman.
We also got Mason Williams, too. Coward hangs in the air, way short. And Miles Rice.
He can't go. This isn't going to work, so they need it to go.
Yeah, they need it to go, and they need him to play with some confidence, and it's probably a breath of fresh air for Coach Riley seeing that first three going for Kyman at home.
Great cross-court pass. And the feed to Cedric Coward. Okay, I love that about Sebastian Hartman, new to the team. Hartman from the same angle. He'll pass again to Price. And once again, it's Cedric Coward down low.
Big hands by Coward, but two great drives.
Board. And Mason wants to run the freshman out of O'Day in Seattle. Cedric Coward. Yes, sir.
There it is. Great shot by Coward. And good.
Price. Coward. Second chance.
And there you go. Took the lid off the basket at halftime.
Merle getting the opportunity tonight to earn more minutes. We don't know when Spencer Jones and Brandon Angel are coming back, so Merle
If he plays well, he's mid-major team schedule. Some only do a couple games against high majors. Some do a lot, like Eastern Washington. There's two rules of thought. Is Coward at the end of the clock.
Why not?
Knocks it down. So, but he's coming here confident, knocking down shots, got a 6-point lead.
Then Eric Strip comes into the game. He gives him a little slice too, and Coward 3 for 3.
Well, we see this a lot, and I've seen it a lot.
It's not that important.
They need to do their homework then.
That's true. Merle, long 3. It won't go, and here's Watts out of there with a rebound.
Same thing, off that same action, handoff just on the other side of the court. Bynum knocks it down.
Skip pass for Kyman, and rattles around, won't go. Battle for the rebound. We're going to get a jump ball call.
Tickets. Saturday, we're headed into Week 12 with 2 big matchups. First, it's a top 25 showdown as the Utes face off with the Wildcats. Then it's a battle for the Bay. Cal and Stanford square up for the big game.
10 years ago they were. 5 years ago they were in November.
That's a very good point. Another example is the team you saw last night, Lowell. Massachusetts Lowell.
In the Pac-12, so, you know, just displaying everyone's skill set is just a part of us coming out this year and proving everyone wrong.
You know, so many new faces on this Stanford team, and we've been talking about the trip that you guys made to France and to Greece.
His sophomore year is in for Cincinnati. He's averaging 12 and 8 through the first 2 games. Cedric Coward hangs in the air, doesn't get the roll, and Day Thomas tips it into Dan Skilling's hands.
Get back in transition, brings unemployment to his coach. Let's go.
Well, Victor Lockins had a hot start, and Cedric Coward the answer at the other end. So a lot inside right now, Terry, for both of these. Position for a moment. Now Skillings has the shields. Long skip taken away by Newman, but right into the hands of Coward again. He pulls up from 3. And Skillings has been a really good rebounder to begin the year. Fake from Kyman. Around the world, Magnuson. Right back out, Jones. Good closeout. Cedric Coward for 3.
That's just good basketball. That ball whipped around the perimeter before the defense got a chance to.
Coming. And they expect it in Big Sky play as well. One of the appeals of playing Cincinnati, the way they deny and pressure outside. Coward, this time he's off the mark. Price did not get to play much in that first half due to 2 fouls. Newman pokes it away, 5 to shoot. Coward has to throw it up, it's blocked by Lock-in. And the Russian corrals it in the corner.
Half of that credit you give to Newman, the other half Victor Lock-in.
Newman knifes through and it rolls off the rim. Another missed layup, Terry.
That's 7.
In transition, Coward flies in and slams it down.
They're right there, Vic. Meet him at the rim again.
Here's another switch. Price with a big mismatch. No pun intended there. Thomas starting him. Coward.
He is getting, they're going to have to get him out right now. Doing a good job inside.
Jones lofting over the top. Coward, good catch. And the finish. Another example, Terry, getting that mismatch down low.
Yeah, if you're going to...
Billings leaves the 3 short. Thomas gambles on the intercept, and Coward makes him pay.
That's
a
what happened.
Wide open 3.
Yeah, you mentioned it. He gambled, didn't get it. Basket left-hand finish with traffic.
Coward again is the mismatch all the way down the other end, and a quick 2, and the foul. Cedric Coward beats everybody down.
Dime like that, you got to bring the house down.
Coward, good spin, hangs, doesn't have to finish. Newman the rebound.
Tell you how John Newman just...
Magnuson, not much of a scorer over the course of his career, finds Coward. And again, these mismatches have been lethal. That's been the best offense for the Eagles.
Yeah, Lukosha should have came over and helped with the double.
Not known for his scoring, but that one to the highlight reel. Coward picks up the loose ball. He's been the star tonight and puts a finishing touch on his outing. 21 tonight for Coward. Washington, you saying there's not a lot out there?
Well, let's go fish, and then we're done. Let's lift weights.
Watch the rainfall. Coward fires away again. Follows his miss, but Lock-in grabs it. And
are off in Oxford. Matt Morrell loses the exchange from Sharp. Up the floor, Cedric Coward to the basket. Emphatic start for the Eagles. Great start on the... Nothing like scoring 2 points early. Get your game going. Almost stole it. Coward from distance. Kyman, floor. Flip off the front of the rim for Eastern Washington. Molabea tracks down the rebound, and underneath, Coward with the flush. 2 big jams this game for him.
Good ball movement by Ole Miss then. They reversed the ball, real quick passes.
Coward slips free for Eastern Washington.
That's just good offensive play there.
See what the Eagles do here with 7 left to shoot. Coward makes a nice move.
That was a terrible defense by Ole Miss then. He got beat off switching everything. Good defense there by Sharp. Made him take a tough shot. Caught you with that. I'm sure, hope we'll get to see that again.
Coward buckles down and through hands puts it through.
Ole Miss is willing to give that up instead of.
We've been tied 6 times tonight. We've had 5 lead changes. Could we see a 6th? And we are. Coward, step back. Fight for the loose ball. Eagles come away with it. Coward to end the drought. He does. Scoring drought for Eastern Washington of over 2 minutes. Now he's in double figures tonight with 11 points. Begins 2023 with double-figure points in his first 2 games. Cedric Coward up to 16 points now. That ends 8 of his 9 points tonight in the second half.
And then they have a 12-point lead.
Coward from the corner. Eastern Washington, no shot clock for the Eagles. Step back 3. Clock's at 10.
Matson in the rim. 2 threes and a dunk. It's the best thing for a coach to see to start the season.
Coach said he's come in some of the best condition that he's ever been, and he'll bring it up right now. Senior, Badgema, the quickness. Defense caught up, though. It's batted around. The Eagles going to run now. Coward, end to end, just short. Brewster tried to take it in, but the defense has been scrappy for Eastern Washington.
This is where the Utes have to get a stop in transition. No easy corner threes.
Quick passing all the way to...
Coach Smith knows it's not going to be big runs versus this team. You chip away, you pound the rock. Before you know it, you're up 4. They cut it to 2, you go up another 6. And before you know it, you're up 10. And then you control the game. You're going to get some of those whistles when you cut through the paint against Utah. They believe in hitting first. I played for a coach like that here in Salt Lake City by the name of Jerry Sloan. And his thing was before every game, we hit first and we hit often. And he prided him anything offensively early.
Madsen, quick turn. Off the back of the rim. Long rebound to Utah. Wooster got tripped up just a little bit in the lane.
My greatest relationships and lifelong relationships happen in college.
Yeah.
My teammates from college, people I met on campus. Nothing greater than spending time on a college campus.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And it's just a fun time of year. Welcome back to the Pac-12 halftime report presented by Fubo. And it's a 24-point lead here at halftime for Utah over Eastern Washington. And after we wrap up here in Salt Lake, be sure to switch over to the Pac-12.
He's a highly skilled player and have high energy as well. And that's a rare combination.
Yeah.
Most skilled players don't have a lot of energy. They just catch and shoot and just finesse players, but he does both ends of the court.
Oh, he's a lot of fun.
Go up high to the ISP, grab the ball, secure the ball below your chin because hands are swiping. There's a lot of deflections there. If you chin it, most likely you'll get fouled and you'll go to the line. If you're in the moment. Block shots, just being a presence in the paint. In hard screen setting.
4-star recruit. Top 5 in the state of Utah coming in. He played at the Wasatch.
And show it big on the stat sheet.
He certainly does that. Hartman ball fake. Cut into the lane. Out of bounds. It'll go the other way.
It took me a while to learn that. That's just anytime you have a player who can get those for you, they'll be in a lot of ball games.
This is 9th rebound and coming in off the bench.
Got his hand on it, Cook gets it back, feeds it inside. This is Powell. 5 seconds, pulls up, contested shot off the rim. A little bit long, no good. Coward coming the other way with it now. Cedric Coward, Powell. McLean trying to break down Lawan Watts. Drives, can't get that one to go. Coward the rebound. Cougs in transition. Lawan drops it off. Coward picked up his dribble. He's in a tough spot. Erikstrup all over him. McLean, fall away shot from the corner. That one's no good. Coward the rebound. Cougs might have numbers here. Kick out. Calmise, no hesitation. Bam! Around the arc. Zuba had the last bucket for the Eags. Goes into work. Puts it up with the left hand, can't finish. Okafor there with the defense for the Cougs. In the middle of the paint, he kicks it back out. Powell thought about the three. Now we'll take a contested mid-range jumper. Can't get that one to go. Coward with another rebound, his fifth. Up the floor, Isaiah. Run now. McLean over to Andrew Cook. Doesn't take a lot of threes. Not able to connect on that one. Rebound by the Cougs. Coming the other way. Misses the layup, but chases down the rebound. Kicks it into the corner. Three on the way. That's Zonke, not able to finish. Cedric Coward races in for the rebound. His sixth, and now we've got a foul on Parker Garrett's coming up the floor for Washington State. Swing pass all the way to Calmise. He'll drive baseline, goes up and under, and the tip in won't go for Cedric Coward. And now bodies on the floor again, and a foul on Easton. And the foul a minute ago on Bitsa Zonke was his fourth. Elijah Thomas, he had 1-3 already. Can't connect on that one. Coward skies for the rebound. Now 9 rebounds, I should say.
Get a little trigger happy at times. As Hawthorne, he passes on the three, finds Reilly instead from deep. Nine-point lead for Washington State. McCreary lets it fly. That one way off the mark. Howard brings.
Shot clock down to 10 for Harding. He'll drive all the way inside, a little strong. Freeman's tip rattles off, and Cedric Coward will push it up the floor. Calmise on the run, and the shot. They've missed their last 4. They haven't scored in 2.5 minutes. Dix will try to change that from the elbow, and it rolls off to Coward.
That's the shot he wanted. You got the screen rescreened by Freeman. There's not many things that Dane can't do on a basketball court.
It's going to be a fun battle tonight. Watts trying to muscle his way to the rim. Can't get that one to go. Coward shot tipped away. It was Koch again, I believe, who got that one.
Effective when all 5 guys touched the ball and they moved it side to side before they attacked.
Here's Price looking for a 3 to start things off. Long rebound out to Cedric Coward. The no-look to Price, leaning in.
He doesn't know it.
Got to go to work.
Harding forces up the 3. Pinballs out. Long rebound tipped out to Coward. And Coward, the no-look lob ahead to Price.
Josh Dick's been out of the game for quite a while. I don't know what that situation is, but that's a big shot right there.
Just in and out. Looked good out of his hand, but Coward there for the rebound. Sanford for 3. That quick shot rebounded by Coward. Yeah, Freeman the rebound. Hawks will push. Thelwell, he's feeling it. A little strong, and a rebound by Coward, and then a whistle and an injured.
A little bit of that evidence of what can happen when you have a couple coaches who know each other so well. The shot short for Linhart. Coward trying to get out with it, and Linhart fouled him in transition.
For him.
A dozen for him in his Cougar debut. Kyson Rose with 3 off the mark.
And the
Okay, Cowboys, Terry Miller Jr. getting the offensive board, banging bodies, leaves it short. Curtis the offensive board, he can't connect. It's a tip-off. And Portland State forces another turnover. Isaiah Johnson, the sidestep, and the block by Coward. Isaiah Johnson dancing with Coward. Noel unloads. Contested 3, Coward skies for the board.
Yeah, that was a no-doubt rebound. A year ago, about 10 points, 5 rebounds. Shot 41% from 3 for Eastern Washington.
Field goals in almost 3 minutes. Or the skip pass. 3 ball on the way, that one halfway down.
But why is that? Because
Washington State is making shots, and they're taking care of the basket.
Eric Strupp, who got out to a hot start, but leaves it short. But Coward able to track down the offensive board. Watts now from deep. Phipps. Miller lets it fly. That's how aggressive Washington State is now being on the boards. Coward
under the pressure.
Lawan Watts. And he can't lay it in. Coward battling for the offensive board and goes right back up. Vikings pushing, transition 3-ball on the way. That one's short. Body's hitting the deck. And still tied.
Howard 3 for 7.
Miller, he'll try it from deep.
Home and change players and change uniforms. This is a whole different team.
Kyman can't answer. Another jump ball. It's a physical fight down there. Plenty of time on the shot clock here. Here's a good look three. It's too far from Hartman, but the offensive rebound, Coward with 5 on the clock. Loose ball, baseline, it goes. If you're in hopes of pulling off what would be a phenomenal upset here in this tournament. Patterson on the drive, great defense. Kyman, and here comes Coward. Doesn't have numbers, but does have speed. Kyman, these two teams, that is his 9th made three-pointer. He's 9 of 13 in the series. Kyman to get the lead back. Short.
And the Hornets really need, in my mind, Z Hamoda to step up offensively and make some shots.
Price, short. Coward, fouled, and one. What a fantastic play. Timeouts and running out of time. Desperation time. Coward goes out to Kyman. That's off the mark. Rebound, Coward back up and in. It's still a 2-possession game.
Now they back down at all. He's an aggressive, smaller player. Here's Beatty with the fadeaway off the rim. Ooh, almost sat on top of the glass. Price into
Turner tries to go coast to coast. And their best shooter, Robert Ford, clanks it. Got to watch out for him the whole game. He puts up 15.5 points a game.
Riley wants to get them up and down the court because you know who's coming off the bench. Watts is coming off, and he's going to run. He's going to bring some energy, so he wants them pushing it every time.
Cedric with the rebound with his first shot of the game. Garacki the rebound. Coward gets it, but once again, Eastern cannot let Montana State win the rebounding battle. They're the worst in the conference. For Casey Jones. Loves contact. Trying to get his own board. Coward got it and finished.
Yeah, good job by Casey, just tipping it, trying to keep it alive. I mean, Magnuson just does a great job on defense, just getting into people's bodies, forcing them to change directions.
Neither team is that good from 3 right now.
That was even versus Montana on Thursday. They struggled first half and really got it going second half, so.
Patterson around the screen. They are moving the ball really well. Coward for what?
After being down 6.
All of a sudden, there's a tie game. It did not take long. Olmsted goes for the foul, and he'll get it. Well, these refs are certainly going to...
Arms instead of using their backside.
Nice D by Watts there, who used his body and not his arm. And Coward back into the game along with Ethan Price. And Ced brings back the rebound. They don't want to get caught fouling down low. Casey Jones rejected, no foul. Watts, the bench player with the shot of the night. 1 point lead. Time is tough with all these guys with 4 fouls. This is tough. Olmsted, great second half, bad shot.
Yeah, it got low, just wasn't able to finish it.
Coward looking for contact.
Sam, of course, of NBA lineage. His father, NBA Hall of Famer John Stockton, played 4 years at LCSC before transferring to Eastern Washington. Dane Eric Strupp. Lawan Watts with it. Kicks it out, Coward. Back to Watts. Not a volume 3-point shooter, but he knocks that one down.
And when you're going against the zone.
Clean, fall away shot from the corner. That one's no good. Coward the rebound. Cougs might have numbers here. Kick out. Calmise, no hesitation. Buries it!
And just a great job by Cedric.
The rebound after the tip from Garretts. Coward drives, lost his footing for a minute. Kicks it out. Erikstrup, top of the key triple is good. The Cougs can't miss from deep.
And that's all set up because Cedric
finished. Okafor there with the defense for the Cougs. Isaiah Watts, triple, foul, and one!
And just get back and set up in your man-to-man defense.
Isaiah Watts now over to Cedric Coward. Coward was excellent in the first half, and so was Dane Erikstrup as he rolls to the basket for two.
Erikstrup does a good job of doing.
Cedric Coward lofts it inside. Lawan Watts goes to the rim and scores.
Cedric Coward does a really good job there of looking off the defense.
Save it in the hands of Lawan Watts.
Great effort both ways right there. Great hustle.
Skip pass. Erikstrup with a hand in his grill. Knocks it down from deep.
He is a problem. And you got to go body to body with the defender. Watch Coward right now. They're coming with the double on Coward. That's interesting.
The floater good by Erikstrup.
Yep. They don't like to do this much, but I think because Blanc is guarding.
Erikstrup's got the height mismatch. Isaiah Watts, catch and shoot three.
That's big. Yep, that's big. You mentioned those 13 misses in a row. To go ahead and try to get a shot here.
Coward, Erikstrup, falls away.
Look at that. That's great teamwork. Cedric could have taken that shot easily. And he
drive all the way inside, a little strong. Freeman's tip rattles off, and Cedric Coward will push it up the floor. Calmise on the run, and the shot put falls. And Washington State with the early three-point lead.
And they took the ball and they moved it side to side before they attacked.
Here's Price looking for a three to start things off. Long rebound out to Cedric Coward. The no-look to Price, leaning inside for two.
They really
do. Coming off a tight loss with UC Davis back on Thursday night last week.
And Idaho with a bigger starting lineup tonight.
Lawan Watts drains a three for the first points. Final shot coming here in the half for Washington State. Coward to Erikstrup, two to shoot. Lets it fly, and he beats the horn here in the first half. Fouls Payne.
And again, the battle down low. Look at Payne and Watts going at it. Watts will take that dub.
Yeah, he just sticks in there. It was an illegal screen last time down. See Greg Nixon say he kind of slung his hip out. Coward trying to drop it to Okafor. Got it through there, and Andy Okafor finishing with the hook over Julius Mims.
Finished.
Looking for a response offensively. Again, a 17-point lead as Coward takes it away. He looks to go coast to coast. And a triple. Washington State now starting to feel it from deep. Hot start, but leaves it short. But Coward able to track down the offensive board. Watts now from deep. Coward, skip pass. Calmise for three. Rattles it in.
Executed beautifully.
Get into the hands of Isaiah Watts. Watts slashing. Attacking the paint. Coward swings it. Straightaway three, Price.
What a great decision by Isaiah Watts not to go up.
Ball handler there. He's a tough kid. His dad played football at Idaho, as I think you mentioned, and he was an outstanding high school football player.
Casey Jones, another two-hand jam, and we are tied at 43.
Eastern already locked up the #1 seed in the tournament and the regular season championship, but boy, they want the highlights, and there's Casey Jones for another, and they want this game for pride.
You do. You're the.
They don't want to get caught fouling down low. Casey Jones rejected, no foul. Watts, the bench player with the shot of the night. 1 point lead. Montana at least in the top half from beyond the arc. Casey Jones, another three from a forward. They are falling in Cheney. Oh, Vasquez, almost another big back-to-back highlight.
I mean, that was big.
Jones, got it.
And that was a good steal by Jones.
Secures the rebound, his fourth of the contest.
I tell you, he should be no way outside on a Saturday night.
Kyman rolls it home to stop the run.
It's a nice curl cut. Good.
Had the right block.
Northern Arizona going back inside to Basham. 12 points for him.
Spot up 3-shot. Jones, bang. Casey Jones all alone on the 56. It's 7.5 to go in regulation. And you want a 7-0 run. Jones, 3-ball, bang. Casey Jones, leave him open. He'll seize it. Not getting the start. Oh, poked out by Watts. Great play. Up court to Watts for the dunk. Beautiful play by Watts. And he's John.
Yeah, it was a good job by Jones, just getting into the body. Jones is wide body, able to knock the defender back and just turn around and shoot it.
Erikstrup kind of rolled one up, and he got the roll. Couldn't get that to go. Big rebound that time by Erikstrup. Hartman for three. Got it! Sebastian Hartman.
Oh.
Yeah, just kind of bouncing everywhere on that rebound, was able to control it. Now he's going one-on-one.
The feed to Jones as Jones slams it down.
And that was a great...
Clark, Erikstrup there on the backside.
Yeah, I thought Erikstrup was going to turn it over there. Good steal by Watts there, and a good find by Coward, just keeping his head up. And Watts maintaining
Eastern team and continues to be.
It's Coward in the post with it, backing down Blasingame. Nice pass, finds Magnuson, who scores.
And that was a great pass by Coward there. He saw that
in the corner. Here's Coward inside. Price one-on-one with Rose. Price steps through and scores. Tough basket. Good defense, better offense.
Yeah, I mean, that was great already this half, keeping shots alive.
Price, 5 on the shot clock. Contested 3. Got it! With a hand in his face.
Make them kind of play a fast-paced game, try to wear them down, so those looks just get a little bit tougher for them to start making.
A high riser.
An
11-point lead. See if Eastern can answer. They have so far this second half every time. Just haven't been able to get a run together. Nice pass down low to Watts off the glass and in.
Yeah, Basham again, just getting the ball down low, taking his time.
Basham now is 16 as Jones, a wide open lane, and lays it in for 2.
And that's what he does with his length, just changes things up.
Cedric gets out of the double and finds Jake Kyman, and the Eagles get those 5 points right back.
Yeah. Eastern has it, angle left. Coward lobs it underneath Price, and that goes in. Nice play. Ethan Price gets the scoring started with a nice little jumper in the paint. We had a torrid pace to start this game. Both teams were hitting everything. Now both teams have kind of gone cold. Price for 3. And snaps a drought.
And can't get the bounce. 10-point game. Eastern Washington has trailed throughout just about the entire half, but wanting to land the last punch. Ethan Price is helping him with that. A timeout by David Riley.
Trying to get the ball to Coward. They do on the low block. Skips it out of the double team. Williams for 3. Got another one. Mason Williams with his... Coward 3. No. Price tip. Coward got it. Watts will back it up to the 3-point line and take it and bury it. Lawan, shot clock by Scunberg. Coward. Watts rolls it up off the window. 2 seconds to go. Can the Bison get something? No.
What's going on? Then he just strokes that smooth J of his.
Coward back into the lineup. So is Ellis Magnuson. Erikstrup heat check.
I mean, why not?
Land for the big man. Coward. Boy, double teamed. Erikstrup catch and shoot 3. Oh my!
You know, and that confidence from his last one he shot.
11 points, 8.5 for Wheeler Thomas. And back to a 1-possession game. Price for 3. Got it! Ethan Price.
And that's a big shot, right?
That was a heck of a play there.
Yeah, tough shot right in the middle of the lane, over the guy.
Again. Throw it over the top to Watts, who lays it up and in.
And that's what you owe it.
Out to an early 2-0 lead. Again, this group here, positionless basketball at its finest, Brad. Everybody willing to shoot it, and everybody can score it. By Coward. Move it so quickly, side to side, and this kid is on fire.
Free throw line. It was a good look for Hyder. Even better offensive board.
Cal Poly's first lead since it was 2-0. Kyman, corner pop. It's good.
Well, for Page, you can kind of look at his lungs.
Howard underneath. Missed it. Defended well by Jones. Gets it back. Watts straight away 3. It's good.
Again, those are not turnovers in the books, but when you make a miss and you don't.
The Denmark national team, and got some good minutes on that piece.
Kyman. No, that was the arms. That was good. He was able to reach behind himself and then.
Exactly. Yes.
Cedric Coward to Hartman. Highlight time. We're coming up on 10 dunks.
Keep him out on the court.
Eastern Washington, you think this is a really big possession for them. They want to go inside, kicks it out. Lawan Watts for 3. What a big answer.
That's a response.
Lawan Watts with his.
Almost qualified as a heat check right there.
Coward amongst the trees, the kick out. Williams will try from deep.
Big shot. Lead it got.
Good rebound by Jake Kyman. Maybe we can count on him for some boards this year.
Yeah, that's a good rebound. Here's his first 3. There it goes.
That is what, and we'll talk about this a lot tonight, Mark. Baker as he brings it across. And Cedric Coward pokes it away. So good on defense last year. And Casey Jones loves to dunk, as we know from the last 2 years.
Yes, great defense
in the offseason, but he's 10 minutes away. We'll see Steele.
Yeah.
We don't have to miss him too much. Watts again.
Good finish. Good soft hands.
Back to man for Eastern Washington.
Like his dad lays it in.
That's what he does. He's got backyard game.
Watts left all alone. Great up fake and good finish. Missed assignment for the Bearcats.
Yeah, how do you miss a guy in the back of the defense?
Unbelievable. Flanagan at 29 points. Alley-oop to Watts. Responds. Timeout for David Riley in Eastern Washington.
That was Earl Watson light right there.
That is a dime. Getting out in transition and having fun with the game. This is the beauty of basketball at its purest form. Dropping dimes behind the back, finishing at the rim.
Sebastian Hartman, another to add to the squad.
And talking with David Riley, that's something that he talked about, players, as we see Cedric Coward travel. But he talked about that. There's some players left over that he recruited or entry.
Meanwhile, Washington State has started the year 4-1 under first-year head coach David Riley. Cedric Coward in traffic here and gives the ball away. Beats Zonky, able to get up into the passing lane. Now here's McLean. Coward creeping in on double-doubles territory. He'd be there with the next free throw, and now we have a foul called on Coward, and Nick McLean is out as well.
I mean, when you're shooting such a high percentage, he has to be a focal point, especially with Mason Williams out.
And we got a foul away from the basketball. They'll get Washington State here.
With the swap. Calmes on the push. End to end. Dumps it to Coward. Coward's knocked away by Thelwell, and he tried to call timeout, but it's a jump ball. Possession error.
Jack Payne, 3 on the timer. Lets it fly. Overshot. Eric struck the board. And a foul called up the floor on Washington State. You know, big thing when we talk to David Riley, you got to take care of the basketball with them pushing so much. It's Coward, right on cue, throws it away.
Yeah, he had 3 keys for us. One, take care of the basketball. You see the turnover there.
This one, the kick out, another 3 ball from the corner, too strong. Minot tried to get the offensive board, and now controlled by Washington State, but Cedric Coward stepped on the end line. Vikings pushing, transition 3 ball on the way. That one's short. Bodies hitting the deck. Still a tie-up as down to single digits. push-off on Cedric Coward.
You just get so
into that game, and it was just a 3-point win for the Eagles at that time.
Cedric Coward blew a tire, jump ball called, possession arrow, Sacramento State. Coaches talk. Here's a good look three. It's too far from Hartman, but the offensive rebound, Coward with 5 on the clock. Loose ball, baseline, it goes to the Hornets.
He missed that, so as I said, Z Hamoda needs to get in and help his team offensively.
Offensive foul and a turnover produced.
The 7'2" freshman will launch a three-pointer. And the Hornets up by 5. They say that Cedric Coward stepped out of bounds in their history in the Big Sky. Quickly after the break. Oh, Holt stayed his ground.
And their best shooter, Robert Ford, clanks it. Got to watch out for him the whole game. He puts up 15.5 points a game. Man, Coach Riley.
All said and done.
10 on the shot clock. Coward got him to travel.
And that was a great job by Olmsted, just walling up, taking in the.
Wanted to find Coward. A charge. Didn't see that coming.
They called it on Coward.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. So.
What's up with Eastern's defense leaving him open in the left corner like that?
The zone is, Montana State's first of all doing a great job moving the ball, and he's
inside 3 minutes. Everyone's got to be careful about fouls now. Don't want to give up free throws if you don't have to. Turner had his hand on it, and it's Bobcat ball. Magnuson for Coward. Got tied up. There'll be a jump ball. And we will take our first time out of this game to 3. Thing about Montana is when you foul them, you know they're going to make that shot. Eric Strupp chased it down, couldn't get there. And here come the grit.
Slide it into the paint to Carson Basham, intercepted by the Eagles. Good defensive play. Armand Maddie taking it away from Coward. Going to the rim, draws a foul. Coward. Trying to get it to Eric Strupp, but 5'9" Oakland Fort goes up the ladder to.
Kyman from the parking lot. No. Coward with a rebound. Wanted to go back up with there was too many players there. Ball's knocked away. Picked up by Jones. Lays it up.
Yeah, good shot for Bergen though.
Coward, miscommunication, trying to feed Jones down low. Instead, lands in
Rose's spot. Jake Kyman with it now. Casey Jones working it around. We've got a 3 in the key violation on Cedric Coward, so that'll be a turnover on Eastern.
3. I think one of his is ruled a 2, but he's shooting incredibly well.
8 points already for Quinn Denker. And now here's a turnover by Eastern. E.J. Neal is going to chase this ball down for the Eags. They get it into Coward. Guarded by Neal. Coward, 5 seconds. Tries to step through. Kyson Rose rips the ball out. Here's Neal. Time coming down. He gets it off, and he gets it.
Coward brings to Washington. Kirby jumper rattles on. Rebound Coward. Long outlet pass down the floor. Intercepted by Kirby.
Good hustle there by Kirby.
One love.
Your tap water is delicious. I know, right? It's this Culligan Smart drinking water system. What do you think is going on in there?
I'm smelling a touch of chlorine.
Well, Farrell continuing an impressive finish to this game. Now going hard after Coward, and a steal for Curtis underneath the basket. Coward takes the inbounds pass. Weaves his way through, trying to get through 4 defenders. Harvey stole the ball. A 3 from Harvey is
Magnuson, and Anand Moody scores the first points of the night. As the Grizzlies score on an Eastern Washington turnover. That has plagued the Eagles recently. 18 turnovers each of the last 2 games. Washington makes them so dangerous. 12:23 to go in the first half, still tied up at 11. The Eagles have made 5 of their first 10 as they throw it away. Another turnover by the Eagles. That's their fourth. And the turnover, Laluoki picked up 2 fouls in the first 3 minutes. And Cedric Coward traveled. And another befuddled look.
So far tonight. Really getting after it, forcing steals, or forcing turnovers, great steals.
And another turnover as it goes off of Coward's hands. Coward drives down and stripped away. Naduka gets it over to Garacki. He'll push the pace past half court. Now he'll slow it down. Thrown to the ground.
Hartman, Eric Strupp, drives, Coward. And Coward coughs up the ball.
Leading scorer, he's their go-to guy.
Right now, Basham in double-digit scoring for the Lumberjacks with 10. Interception by Fort stepping in front of the pass.
He's having a great game, though.
Well, I'm trying to make up for the height. You take a look at the rebounds. Eastern out rebounding Northern Arizona 21-9 as the Lumberjacks.
Attempt no good by Parker. Here comes the Eagles. Coward traveled. He taps his chest saying, my bad. I think he picked up the drink. Coward nearly has it stolen. Able to hang on to it. Stolen away now by Parker. Parker leading the fast break. The big man able to. Magnuson gets it into Coward. Another steal by Parker. He's going to stop. Short on the 3. Rebound by.
For 3. That's short. Coward the rebound, and here come the Eastern Washington Eagles. Dylan Jones pokes it away, and a takeaway for the Weber State defense.
By Mims. Oh, how about that body control by the 6'9 junior. Throw it down there, trying so hard to get the ball to Coward. They turn it over.
But that hasn't seemed to matter one bit. Yeah, Boston Holt picks up where he left off at the end of that first half, and that's Coward throws a shoulder into the chest of Holt and gets caught. All this time on Coward as he drives in on Burchell, who tried to draw one last time right before that break. Unsuccessful there. Gets one here, and he's playing with 4 fouls.
Howard here bringing it up. Like he's going to try to post up Paul McKay himself.
Oh, wow. He falls down, looked like relatively easily there, but gets the credit for the charge. Oh, in his career, he's really thankful to be here playing in this system. And David Riley, Eastern Washington head coach, saying that they're treating him as an all-around basketball player, not just a shooting specialist anymore.
No, just kind of accidentally tripped it, but I thought it was the right call.
Just quite honestly, though, in my opinion, Eldridge, it's been an ugly second half.
So you're saying that one was flagrant too?
No. But I wouldn't be surprised, right?
Well, late clock, lunges and falls. You got a rebound out on the weak side. Good hands.
A steal for the freshman. On the lob. Count it, and a foul for Aaron Price Jr.
Guy as valuable as Kobe Sanders, super important. He tried to run through that screen with his backside. You like the physicality here.
Another takeaway. Isaac Spears off the bench.
Spears point shot, given the amount of turnovers they had. Coward can go find you. That's an and one.
Nope.
It will not be.
Aaron Price Jr. takes the charge for Cal Poly.
Boyd.
Goodness. Coward chases down another one, but throws it right to Jones. He's got his eyes on the cup. A Euro, and he missed it. Wow. Quentin Jones.
You still want to be physical and aggressive on defense. You just got to be a little bit more careful now.
Well, just understanding how this game is being called right now, that's going to be a travel.
Yep. Coward doesn't like on Watts.
Watts went way over that scorer's table. He's doing okay.
I'm glad he didn't come this way. And stolen away by Ethan Taylor. Taylor has it, and he'll slam it home.
Can Washington State won in the regular season, but then Eastern got the big one, NIT first round right here in Beasley Coliseum. They dispatched the Cougars, played very, very well.
Coward on the block, the kick out, throws it away to Miles Rice. And Rice will take the foul.
There's that quickness.
Gets it to go.
Rice with the good interior pass. Oscar Clough knows what to do with it when he gets it in that close. Wow.
And Now a push-off.
He was almost sitting on the bench.
Lob down low to Coward. And now Miles Grice draws the charge, and David Riley not happy.
And in.
Back to Coward on the skip pass, and he walked.
Gotta plant that pivot foot. No, they're not where he wants them to be, and playing this gauntlet of a schedule. They still have games left with USC on Wednesday, and then UW December 21 before they get into the conference.
All of these guys are truly scrappy as far as it goes. Coward, Eric Strupp, Casey Jones, Magnuson. This is the all-scrap team in the Big Sky.
He's competing.
Now it'll go back the other way for Eastern. Kyman put up a shot just after the whistle.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
Twyford, no. Wanted to run again. This team has been killing it on the fast break off of turnovers.
For this team, you know, they're looking for identity, and you know Coach Riley's looking for his rotation, and so they're kind of just playing with.
Goes on, playing through contact. It's different than high school. Guys are bigger, stronger, more athletic.
Down low, that's having stripped nicely by Keefe.
Well, there was the post-up game I was talking about with Cal. 3 games. Has to wear on you. I don't care how great a condition you're in or if you're used to it or not, but we know that you get more tired being pushed on than you do running up and down. Hunter Stojakovic just couldn't get it to go down.
And Coward could not.
He's a young coach. I asked the question, do you coach the way you wish you were coached? He said absolutely. He wanted freedom, and he gives his team that.
Both teams trade turnovers.
You can do lots of it. Puts the ball on the floor, jump shots. He's a good player.
The Auburn transfer spent 4 years with the Tigers. Coward turns it over. Jalen Murray in transition and fouled by Magnuson. And Price catches the rebound. 24-24 tie. Eastern Washington hasn't led since a 2-0 lead to begin the game, but Coward turns it over. Pass Magnuson. Jones with another offensive rebound. Pass knocked away. Ole Miss has it. Murray. Oops to Murray.
The sophomore from Mali. And a takeaway. Brewster. Aggressive defense.
Great hands, great deflection. He's not there yet, but they're developing to become that. But you never know, in the magic of basketball, belief is stronger than reality. If this team believes, look out for a lot of big wins.
Yep. Just got to stay healthy.
It's on the shot clock. Zuba kicks it out. Cook drives. Andrew Cook around Coward, goes up and finishes.
And you talked about the efficient scoring from Andrew Cook. Yeah, 3-level scorer, can knock down the 3, finish at the rim, and get to the mid-range. But it's also the unselfishness I like from him.
Nice bucket there by Elijah Thomas.
Side of the floor. Dane Eric Strupp holds his ground. Jack Payne, 3 on the timer. Lets it fly. Overshot. Eric Strupp the board.
Whoops. And it comes back with the answer.
Drive baseline turned away. Picked up his dribble. He's in a tough spot. Eric Strupp all over him. McLean, fall away shot from the corner. That one's no good. Coward the rebound.
And it puts Washington State ahead here, approaching later stages of the first half. Jack Payne trying to match one. Chris Gonzalez
deep. Can't get that one to drop as Keon Myers finds the trailing Henderson from Noel. Offensive ball
coming the other way with it. Bounce pass inside. Hartman will draw the foul.
And if Ken Bone, Klay Thompson, I was able to watch him here in Pullman for his final season. Soaring to the rack, but a foul.
Here's Sanford inside the lob to Freeman and the one-hand flush.
So I'm excited for that Gonzaga game, January 11th in Spokane. Doubleheader with the women. It's going to be phenomenal.
Cedric Coward rejects Jack Payne.
Figures to be a strength of the team this year. It was not in the first half, and you knew that was the last thing Bradley wanted to see. Some three-point shooting going down.
Tornado run.
Yeah, but not every night, but when he's feeling it.
Danker, you talk about guys who can make threes on the Palouse. There's another guy. Danker again from deep. Watts just 4 straight.
He'll spin it around to Price Sanford. Now to his brother Peyton for a 3. Offensive rebound. Freeman going to work inside. A pair. Sanford for the lead. Sanford. His 3 blocked. Coward with the swap. Calmes on the. Here's Sanford. A little strong. 5 for 15 for Peyton tonight.
11-0 run. The Eagles haven't scored in nearly 3 minutes. McLean spins again, puts it up, blocked by Coward. He had 5 of them in the win over Idaho. Keeps up.
To get there in time, he tried to cut him off, but what an acrobatic finish there from Nate Calmes.
Second foul on Airstrup. Meanwhile, this ball's been inbounded, goes quickly to the rack, but it was blocked by.
Sanford. His 3 blocked. Coward with the swap. Calmes on the push. And
Mitchell trying to drop it to Brickner. He's able to just save it. A 3 from Tyler Morris. It was grazed by a Cougar. LaRon Watts with his eyes.
Very guard-heavy league, so I'm excited for that Gonzaga game, January 11th in Spokane. Doubleheader with the women. It's going to be phenomenal.
Cedric Coward rejects Jack Payne midair out of the time.
He said the difference when he transferred to Washington State. Everybody here is held accountable from your leading scorer to your walk-on.
Tyson Rose rejected by Cedric Coward. Washington State just
Isaiah Brickner cashes in 3 for 3 from deep.
Brickner trying to go in on Coward. That could count as another block for Washington State. It would be their Washington legend. Of course, Slick Watts with the Seattle Sonics, but that's a big challenge from Cedric Coward on Isaiah Brickner, and he keeps
leading up to tip-off. And Portland State forces another turnover. Isaiah Johnson, the sidestep, and the block by Coward. For 3, rattles it in.
Executed beautifully.
But Curtis, that one partially blocked by Coward. Desperation heat.
Drive on Jones, cut off. Now dumps it off. The chair pulled out from behind Holt. He throws outside. Scuda with the floater. It's rejected by Coward. Patterson with the clock down to 2.
And goes down to score, then the momentum all goes to the Eagles.
Sacramento State has missed their last 4. They haven't scored in the past 3 minutes. Hamoda misfires and misses everything.
Floor. Look at the movement. It's Sawyer. And Eastern can't make them pay. Finally, they get it back. No foul, and somehow Montana, nope.
As they lead the Big Sky Conference in scoring. Lead by 5 here, blocked back into the basketball game. He's going to drive. He's going to step over, and he's going to be rejected by Cedric Coward out of nowhere. Watts on the run to Hart.
Out of Division III program, Willamette University. And as he had an impact on this Eagle basketball team. Pull up from the free throw. There he is again. Coward with a block on a 15-foot jumper. Back the other way, draws a foul again.
Goes to 3. Now Price is on the switch. Back to 3. 10 on the shot clock against Coward. Blocked by Coward. 3 got it back.
Here's Watts. Ooh, Neal with the great hands for the steal. E.J. Neal running coast to coast. Blocked by Coward. What a recovery. Cedric coming the other way. Kicks it in. Minutes. As Eastern has switched to his own. 5 seconds. Here's Gonzalez. Spins. Has to put it up. Blocked by Coward. Another block by Cedric. And now it'll be a shot clock.
And then stop on a dime and turn and shoot. He's really stepped it up this year and continues to get better every game.
Kyson Rose drives, his shot blocked. Eastern protecting the rim.
They're not giving up.
Here's Denker. To the corner, Minnis. Well long on that one. Offensive rebound. Coward met Hardy at the rim. Oh my goodness.
Hartman, he's out of Germany. Hand off to Moody, gets the flyby. Moody drops it back to Blake Jones, a power dribble, and Jones is denied by Cedric Coward with a little bit of authority. In matches the largest lead of the game for the Eagles with 1:53 remaining. Whitney gets a screen, lane opens up, gets it swatted by Coward. Recollected by Jordan Williams. Vasquez.
Like you said, just hold on to the ball. Ford with 3 to shoot. 2 outside. Garacki gets it blocked. Picked up by Eastern.
10. Jackson. Basham trying to work to the hoop and can't find the angle.
And that's only 4 left on the shot clock. 13-point lead now.
A little more breathing room. McLaughlin works hard and he's denied by Coward. Basham the
Last 5 games these teams have played each other. The average margin of victory has been just 5 points in this series. St. Thomas again rejected by Cedric Coward. The point is, Mark, it always comes down to the Eastern is not used to close games. They're 5-0 in conference so far, and 4 of those games they won by double digits.
Comes the Bengals with the man advantage. Renstrom goes strong and hits the floor hard. Rejected on the putback. Nice play by Cedric Coward with the block. Bengal basketball. Bergen wide open for 3 is blocked. Great closeout there by Cedric Coward, and he goes up the
possession game. Weber State 2 timeouts. Clock winding down. Jones launches for the tie. No! A deflection by Cedric Coward, and the Eastern Washington
advantage of the 2 turnovers. In fact, Idaho shooting just 22.2%, 2 of 9 in the first half. Inside, Tellis Frank can't get that shot to go. Or Taryn Frank, excuse me, can't get that shot to the shot clock. They'll back it away. Danker. Inside to Rose against Cowan. Splins. Boy, Jones got away with a foul there. He reached in, looked like he got armed.
You swing the ball and you get an attack lane, and Kyman does a great job. And then the slow step finish by him. Great finish to the play.
Blocked by Coward coming off the screen. Picked up by Mims. 16 or 14-point lead. Danker almost lost it out of bounds against Coward. Pump fake blocked by Coward. Kyman picks it up, lost the basketball. It's loose on the against Kyman. Miller off the window, couldn't get it. That time Morgan the offensive rebound. Blocked by Coward.
And we've talked about his length.
Wheeler Thomas. Blocked there by Coward. Feddersen took it to the window and Coward point shot. What a big one with under 40 seconds to go. Wheeler Thomas, it's blocked by Coward on the other end.
Be able to get one this way down. A nice skip pass to Becker. Goes down the lane and gets that one blocked away as well by Coward. And we'll have a foul.
Finish. 14 points now for Eric Strupp and 6 assists from Cedric Coward. McLean in a bad spot, kicks it out. Marquardt contested 3 off the front of the iron. It'll head towards the...
Hey, great shot.
Trying to answer on the other end.
All right, now.
A Washington State high for Calmy. Sanford, 3. Got it. Maybe that'll light the fire. Mitchell trying to drop it to Brickner. He's able to just save it. A 3 from Tyler Morris. It was grazed by a Cougar. Laurent.
Threat. I mean, such a problem, too, because his release is so high. 6'11". What can you do?
Tyler Morris trying for the 3 for Idaho. Catch and shoot by Dean. Dean goes down, doesn't get a call.
That Duke tried to sell the call. They weren't buying it.
Dillon, and there's Connor Dillon. He's going to start this one.
It's a new reality in college basketball.
It really is. Wide open Trey from the corner. Can't capitalize. Terry Miller Jr. getting the offense. And that's something David Riley really preached to us yesterday. They got to take care of the ball. Habib, Portland State, unconscious from beyond the
acrobatic finish there from Watts, but it's the offensive rebounding right now that the Cougs are doing really well at, being able to get extra possessions. As we see Nick McClain get himself going with a 15-foot jump shot, create that shot, uses his size, his length, stops on a dime, raises up high release.
Boy, he's a fun player to watch. And so is Andrew Cook as he drives in on Coward and goes up and under.
I tell you, in the first 12 minutes, the action out here has been terrific. The energy level of both teams is very, very good.
Well, we both said this was going to be a fun.
By Hawthorne, he held his ground and went vertical, and Watts could not power it through. Watch out.
3-ball block. Good.
Yep.
And Northern Colorado with their first.
Low, and it's taken away by Dix. Telegraph that pass. Dix up the floor to Harding. No look to Koch, who's fouled.
Great ball movement. Outstanding.
Suffered, as you saw right now.
The late, great Bill Walton, he tried to do it once in Moscow. Came up short. He said too much pizza and beer that day to get.
Another clean look there, but Calnese miss. Bradley back. Montgomery pull up. Here's the tempo.
Deep. Can't get that one to drop as Keon Myers finds the trailing Henderson from Noel. Offensive ball. And Cedric Coward wasn't anticipating that lob in.
Certainly was not.
Henderson. Wow. Burning up the floor.
The acrobatic finish there from Watts, but it's the offensive rebounding right now that the Cougs are doing really well at, being able to get extra possessions. As we see Nick McClain get himself going with a 15-foot jump shot.
The Eagles haven't scored in nearly 3 minutes. McClain spins again, puts it up, blocked by Coward. He had 5 of them in the win over Idaho. Trailing by 20 here as they try to string together some good possessions. Ethan Price back in the game, and Nick McClain goes right at him. Price, remember, playing with 4 fouls.
I mean, it's just unbelievable, the physical features he has, the length, the jumping ability, the opportunity to get out and run. That's what makes this team so hard to guard, as we see.
Draft did it for 12 years with ESPN, and one of the reasons I wanted to come out, it wasn't just to work with you, Ben, although I've had a great time. I wanted to see Cedric Coward, and he did exactly what
It's getting real physical, a little bit emotional. It's what you want to see in the Battle of the Palouse.
Isaiah Brickner. It's quite a first.
Brickner cashes in. 3 for 3 from deep.
Brickner trying to go in on Coward. That could count as another block for Washington. Legend. Of course, Slip Watts with the Seattle Sonics, but that's a big challenge from Cedric Coward on Isaiah Brickner.
State. It is an entirely new men's basketball team. New coach, new coaching staff, and almost entirely new roster after a fabulous season last year.
He's coming off a game he has to feel really good about. He hit 4 of 6 threes against Northern Colorado. That came after he missed 13 straight. Steal. Coward drives, lays it in on the other end.
Portland State out to an 8-0 run to start this one. The kick out, another 3-ball from the corner, too strong. Minot tried to get the offensive board, and now controlled by Washington State, but Cedric Coward stepped on the end line. Capitalize on that triple. Portland State looking for a response offensively. Again, a 17-point lead as Coward takes it away. He looks to go coast to coast.
Taken away by the Eagles and kicked. There wasn't a kickball call. Oh my God, what aggressiveness. Difference is Eric Strip is a junior, so he's had a few more years to hone his craft and maybe has a little bit more body weight. Ball taken away by the Eagles again. They like to run in. The Eagles don't want me to celebrate as they're going to come back and score right away, so you can't go into celebration mode. But Maywin also has a 3 tonight. 65-62, and here come the Eagles.
Got options, man. I'm talking about your basketball career. Nice backdoor cut, but it's going to be intercepted by Coward. To Kyman. Sidestep drip. For I believe the first time this season. Not getting the start. Oh, poked out by Watts. Great play. Up court to Watts for the dunk. Beautiful play by 5 to go in regulation. Matty tried to get it down into the paint. It's going to be intercepted. The Eagles bring it up.
From a facilitator here that he's been a scorer in the second half. Against Watts. Stolen by Coward.
And finish anyways, but a good job by Rose out there.
Denker navigates his way to the corner. Now here's Neal, stripped, and Coward going the other way. Cedric Coward in traffic. Oh, what a... 10 seconds on the shot clock. Price lines up the three. Rattles out. A good rebound by Mims. He has to chase it down in the corner. Ball still loose. Now here's Coward. Kicks it out. Magnuson.
Tied up at 9. Grizzlies played 8 players in the game on Thursday. Jackson Knapp's rolls continue to increase as Montana turns it over. Coward going right into Brandon Whitney.
Open.
Coward getting the turnover, forgets the ball, but he's fouled as Liam Lloyd trying to not give Coward an easy trip to the hoop.
Close. And here comes this Northern Colorado team who has won 7 of their last 8 games. Eastern trying to close this out.
Idaho State works it over to Arrington. Arrington deflected, stolen. Hartman with it. Strong to the hoop, gets it to...
Lenhart against Jones. See if he can pick up his 4th foul. Coward double, reaches in, steals it away.
13 a game, so that's upped his average from where it was at about 8 per game at that point.
Virgil, pass picked off by Coward.
See what they have in the backcourt with Wheeler over 7 per game.
He just knows how to get guys the ball, especially in the right place. Xavier Wheeler I'm talking about. He's real crafty.
And claim, offensive rebound claimed momentarily by Page. Loose ball taken by Cedric Coward. And he'll go coast to coast for 2.
Yeah, you got to meet Coward earlier than...
Busy Mana down the baseline, has it knocked away, and stolen by Cedric Coward. And Cal Poly, a 14th turnover on their first possession of the second half.
Well, where they set those double... Yeah, just wild dribbles here.
A takeaway for Coward, 3-on-2 for Eastern, and Watts lost it. That's the type of ball game it's been tonight.
Your arms, your forearm.
Cal Poly has 1 timeout left if they need it. Sanders lost the handle, a pivotal turnover. And now Cal Poly is going to have to think about. The door is still open for Cal Poly. And Hyder gives it away. That is an epitome of the way this basketball game has gone for Cal Poly.
UW, maybe, maybe not. Who knows? That's a good team. They just beat Gonzaga the other day.
Yeah.
That was a surprise.
It would definitely. I don't think GU scored the last 5 minutes.
Don't remind who was the guy on your team back in the day, Mark, who everyone watched to be able to get some entertainment during the game?
It just depends. I would say it's either...
probably be the first big Weber player to have a shot at the NBA since Damian Lillard, yes?
Exactly. Yes.
Cedric Coward to Hartman. Highlight time.
One of the things that Coach Riley talked about is, hey, we can really use this time just to be able to heal, get ourselves together, and also to be able to play good defense. As Coward has the steal, pops off Ethan Taylor, and it's going to be
rejected at the rim, and now Walla Walla will have a shot to get on the board first. This is Dylan Wasser from Walla Walla. Coward takes it away. Casey Jones. All right, so this is Sebastian Hartman guarding James Baker as he brings it across. And Cedric Coward pokes it away. So good on defense last year. And Casey Jones
doing that.
Wolves running it down. They had the lead. Eastern's on a run. And Coward wants to run.
Absolutely, he wanted freedom, and he gives his team that.
Both teams trade turnovers on the last offensive chances and give it another one for Cincinnati. Good intercept by Cedric Coward, who is just the energized. Ellis Magnuson. Not known for his scoring, but that one to the highlight reel. Coward picks up the loose ball. He's been the star tonight.
In some of the best condition that he's ever been, and he'll bring it up right now. Senior, Rochester, Minnesota.
tries to take it in. The defense stops it. Here's Coward, one of those physical guards.
Give me a point guard that's calm, that can lead us along the way, understands his emotions, and show it big on the stat sheet.
He certainly does that. Hartman ball fake, cut into the lane, knocked out of bounds. It'll go the other way.